Hello my darlings, I am back. Sorry it took so long, and I do apologise for there being no video last week, but as I will explain in greater depth later, the project I was working on went tits up. So, sorry, it is what it is. You've got one now, so here it is. And it is a 1970 Mark I Ford Escort. This is the Gumball 3000 version. Commoners mark, there's plenty of them going around, so nobody will miss this one being customised. I try not to customise anything moderately rare because it pisses off the collectors, but this one won't. Anyway, so here I am removing the rivet heads, and this is my new special rivet head removal drill bit. It's completely flat, and as you can see there, it is a pig to keep on the rivet, so I will have to try and sort something out there. Unfortunately, it won't fit into the Dremel head because it's 4mm and it only takes 3.2mm or smaller. So can't use the press, but I finally find a way there of laying the drill down. It happens to be the right height, so hopefully that will work for the foreseeable until I can afford a decent drill press anyway. But yes, this tool, oh my god, it's brilliant. It takes the head off cleanly. It was only a few quid off eBay, so no major deal there, and it's just so smooth, no dips in the rivet afterwards. It's just lovely. Now quickly speed through the rest of that process, and off comes the base. Nice gentle pop. And it's the perfect size for the hole as well, so it's nice and tight, but not going to break anything, so I do like that. I was quite nervous about that, but it came off lovely in the end. And just removing the bits of plastic there from where I slipped off a couple of times. So that's the base, and there's the interior section and the bumpers, and there's the glass section, which is a nice smoked glass. Some of these castings came with blue and some of them came with clear, but I like the tinted glass look, so that's why, another reason why I chose that. So I've lost the footage of me putting it in the paint stripper, but yeah, you know what that looks like. And there it is. I did another one at the same time, which was the Fast and Furious one, which was the only one I had that wasn't in a packet. Did that at the same time so you can see a before and after on all the progress, because like I say, this isn't a normal customization. This involves full bodywork as well, which will be a nice little treat. Basically, I'm taking it from the rally version that it's meant to look like and turning it into a full-blown road version. So here's the burnishing now with the wire brush cup. This is some people's favourite process. I know it is mine. The before and after shots look amazing. And quickly rush through the rest of that. And try to show you as much as possible without boring you to death. So, yeah, if I bore you to death, you won't be around to watch the rest of my videos. Nobody wants that. And that's what it looks like afterwards, nice and shiny. It looks quite pitted on camera, but in person it didn't look that bad, and after the paint goes on you can't see anything. Although I did use primer on this one, so that might be why. So now just to remove all the imperfections from the casting, like the flashings I think they call it. And there are plenty of them on this one. And removing them bonnet pins and the boot straps, I think they are. As a road car definitely won't be needing those. Now quick clean up, get rid of all the metal shavings. And just repolishing up the areas that I've sanded down, and that is what it looks like now without the bonnet pins and the boot straps. Massive improvement. I also removed the one wing mirror, don't like the idea of just having a driver's side. I was planning on putting 2 on, but I never did in the end. And this is where the bodywork starts now, just cutting out some masking tape there to stick behind where the rally lights popped out, because obviously road car doesn't need rally lights. And just pressing it into place now, and that's basically going to provide a backing wall so I can fill up the little hole without it falling all the way through. I've decided to use super glue and baking powder for this one. I've seen it used on other people's channels with quite good results. It seems to be the strongest way of filling up a little gap like that. So I thought I'd give it a go, and I must say I am very impressed. Nice and easy to sand, so kudos to whoever thought of that idea. And now here we go, just filling it up and brushing off the excess from the places that I don't want it filled. Dabbing the glue and just moving it around. It just takes a few seconds to dry, and then you can repeat the steps until it's high enough. You want it just a little bit over what you wanted so you can sand it back down again. And doing the same from the back. There was an air bubble or something. And now just quickly trimming off all the highest parts with a scalpel blade, and that gets rid of all the unwanted parts. And just a quick stop check for the progress, and I'm watching it back on the video, it doesn't look as good as it did in person. It looks very smooth. On the video it looks quite lumpy and rough, but I don't know whether that's an illusion or I wasn't seeing what I am seeing now. But test fit with the bumper. At this point I'm deciding whether to remove that centre section and have a full bumper, or leave the centre section and just extend the bumper from under the new filled places. I do decide to go for a full bumper in the end. And now the decision is made. Getting out my little jeweler saw, which is absolutely brilliant for this kind of work, and cutting off that little extended section there, which I believe is meant to be where the oil cooler would be, but might be wrong. Smoothing it down there with the file, and I'm filling it up so them holes aren't there, because that's a very racy look and I'm going for a standard car look rather than the modified boy racer look. Now out comes the Revel Plasto filler, which dries so fast, it's brilliant to work with. Now just picking all the parts out of the bits that I didn't want and filing it down into shape. And now that's finished, time to give it a sand. And there she is with a first coat of primer on, looking so smooth. I do go over that again with the filler, but I think I do that off camera if I remember correctly. And I also give it a bit of a sand down with 1200 grit dry. And now this is the following day after the second coat has dried overnight, and it's absolutely perfectly smooth everywhere. I'm so happy with that result. And this is a nice little before and after shot. I think my new version looks a lot more realistic, and that's what it looks like without the one wing mirror. The rear without the bonnet strap, boot strap, sorry. All in all, a 100% success. Now it's bumper moulding time, so nice and easy job, just filling the gap in between them with a bit of plasticard. All I've got to do is match the shape of the originals, and sanding it down with some 600. It's glued into place with ordinary super glue. And now just for a final check, looking good. Yeah, so far so good. Just a paint with the chrome pen, the Molotow Chrome. Brilliant pen that is. Best chrome finish out of all the paints I've tried. But the new bumper won't fit because there was no bumper there before, so I just have to sand down the rivet hole. And perfect. And now it's time to modify the glass section, just removing the lights nice and easy. And just sending it out more for my own personal knowledge that I know it's been done. It's never going to be seen again, so didn't need to be done. And that's what she looks like now. Standard wheels, which need to be removed. So removing the old ones, cutting out the little holders. And these are the wheels that I've decided to go for, the 4-spoke monoblocks. I think they look era correct, so these ones have the actual rubber tyres. They are removable tyres, so I could turn them round so the lettering isn't showing, but I think they look nice with the letters, even on a road car. Now just bending the axle back because it was a little bit bent in the packet. Not a problem though. And now that's done, crimping the ends of the axle to hold the wheels. It spreads the metal out slightly because it is only weak brass, and that's enough to stop the wheel sliding off. It just causes like a little spade or shovel effect. Now here I'm just trimming the axles to get them the right length. I'd like the wheels to sit within the arches, not like the original ones where they flop out a little bit and they're very loose on there. And now the axles are the right length, the wheels sit in the arch nicely, the axles can be glued into place in the centre, just one dollop of super glue, covered with a little bit of baking powder just to reinforce the glue more than anything. And that's that job done. Rolls nicely in a straight line, much better than before actually. So this is the first test fit, and no rubbing on any of the arches, which is perfect. Just checking all the alignments. I know, it's not a real car, but still, accuracy is key here. And I didn't record the painting process, so here's the grand reveal. Camel yellow. I think it's era correct, so yeah, it's a nice colour anyway, I do like it. So now it's time to tap the holes with a bit of oil there. You do not want to do this without oiling the tap, you will snap it and regret it. Rub it in the oil, doesn't have to be perfect, you're not painting a picture. And then you wind it in, wind it back out, wind it in, wind it back out, and you're done. Just make sure you don't go too far, too fast, or too hard. Again, you will snap it, you will regret it, do not do this, I have done this. Learn from my mistakes. tapping job's all done. Now it's time for assembly with some M2 button head screws, which are a 1.5mm hex head. And that's assembly complete. Now time for some detailing. Molotow chrome pen to do the lights. That gives it an undercoat, if you like, so when you go over it with the transparent colour it looks more realistic. Just trimming up a new paintbrush, and transparent orange to do the indicators, followed by transparent red to do the tail lights, leaving chrome showing for the reverse lights and the headlights. And she's done. It's been a long process, but I'm so pleased to see the result of it. It was worth every second. Originally this was going to be my first giveaway on the channel, but after seeing it, it belongs in my display. So the next one will be the first giveaway on the channel. So make sure you stay subscribed for that. You know, anything free is good, right? But that's it for now, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with another custom Escort video. Bye for now.